And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, call me the Dream Believer, because you know that's who I am. And welcome to the patch notes. Let's get right into the start with Azir. Azir, well, his ultimate was from the damage buff. Of course it is a good thing, but well, it's not his main damage, let me say, potential. His main damage comes from his soldiers, so this won't let him come back. But I heard that they wanted to work on his ultimate to change it up a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's get to Cassiopeia, or Cassiopeia? I guess Cassiopeia in English, not sure. Well, her base damage from her E was a little bit too high. So because of that, some mid laners went with the Abyssal Mask as the first item. Well, that's not the thing, or not the idea of a mid laner, so they nerfed her base damage a little bit from her E because it was too high in the early, like I said, but her AP ratio, so her scaling, went up. So of course, we all know Cassiopeia is a crazy late game AP carry, right? But her early was a little bit too strong, so they nerfed it a little bit, and I guess it's pretty fine. Her early is not that strong, but her late game is insane. And let's get to an AP jungler called Elise. Oh dear. Well, there were two things that were, let me say, a little bit nerfed, a little bit changed. Her E, Repel. This is an insane utility spell, you know? You got a lot, you can do a lot with this. And because of that, it was a little bit too crazy. 14 seconds cooldown was a little bit too low, so they hired it, because you know you can do a lot with this spell. You can dodge, there is a gap closer, you can do so much with it if you know how to deal with it, if you know how to use it. And her W, the base damage went down, but again the AP scaling went up from 0.8 to 0.95. This is insane crazy, this is high from my point of view, but I don't know a lot about Elise. I never played her, just maybe one time when she was free to play, so I don't know if this is good or bad. I'm not a main. The mains from you should know this better than me. Let's get to Fiora. Fiora, you know, we all know that she's a tank shredder. Yeah, she shred tanks like nothing, and we need a champ like this in a tank meta. And she's a playmaker. This is an insane champ. I think I should main that. She get a buff. Her bonus movement speed from her passive went up 5%. It sounds not like that much, but it is a lot. It is a whole difference, especially for the mains who know how to play that. They can do a lot with it. And that is new. Even with the ultimate, she have now more movement speed, so she can get her stacks and play around her passive even better and even faster. This is good. So let's get to Gnar. Gnar, well, his base health went down, and 30 HP is, I'm not sure, but most of the time it is like, you know, some people escaping with 5 HP. Imagine if they had 20 HP less, they would be dead. So I guess this is a lot. So Gnar, you know, they made it easier for the melee top laner, because if you want to kill Gnar, you know you have to fight even against the mini Gnar. So they made him a little bit squishier to kill them even better. So on Gragas, as you know, is a meta jungler. He's pretty strong. He got a lot of CC. He got everything that you need as a good jungler. He got tankiness, he got damage, he got everything. Even if you build full tank, he's doing a pretty nice damage from my point of view. Well, I saw some pretty nice Gragas that built the tank jungler item, you know, the green one that gives you extra health, and Iceborne. Just with these two items, they already made so crazy damage. So his base armor went down, and his E, they changed it a little bit. So the hitbox and the collision detection radius, they lowered it. Of course, you can't do anything with these numbers, but it is especially the people like me with Echo. You know, you have a feeling, you need a feeling. So it's a little bit harder to hit the E because the range is not that high right now. They fixed it a little bit, so it's a feeling thing, you know. Well, let's get to Jarvan. Sometimes we saw him in the jungle, but mostly we saw him at the top lane. His base shield went by 5 down. That's not I don't know if I will feel any difference. Excuse me. So like I said, his base shield, you won't feel a difference, but his shield synergize with more HP. So they nerfed this by going 1% from 4 to 3 down. So yes, it is a nerf, because you know, normally you build him to aggressive items and then you build gargoyles mostly, because you know, when you go in and ult, then you are able to tank as much as possible and not die. So they fixed this a little bit, because you know, what were you building? You were building Titanic Hydra, Black Cleaver, and then gargoyles, and then you are already crazy tanky. Sorry, crazy tanky. And you're doing a good amount of damage. So, but I guess it's fine. I still see him. He's definitely not that nerfed or something like that. It is okay. It is okay. Let's get to Kalista. Well, Kalista, her ultimate, the cooldown went up. So on Kalista, you know, the ultimate, you can do it. So you can use her ultimate in 2 ways. You are able to engage, you know, throw your supporter inside of the fight, or to disengage, to take your supporter out and save his life. Or, you know, because sometimes the supporter is face checking the bush and the enemy jungler is already camping there and waiting. So because of that, your supporter is able to die, but you can ult the supporter out. But because of this, let me say, it is a nerf. From my point of view, it is a nerf. To increase the cooldown of the ultimate, you are more likely to die. Well, let's get to Lee Sin. His base shield went in the early from his W, it were buffed. But in the late game, it is a little bit nerfed. Just a little bit, not that high. Just a little bit. But from my point of view, you are even better able to carry the early game now with Lee Sin, because you know, Lee Sin is an early till mid game good jungler, and in the late game he falls a little bit up. You just have to insect the ADC or something like that, you know. But from my point of view, you are able to this little thing, this little piece, I guess from this, the hyper mains are able to carry even better. Well, Lucian, from my point of view, this is nerfed too, because you know, his E is an engage or a disengage. You can use it in 2 ways, and they increase the cooldown, and especially in the early. We are talking only about the early right now, you know, only about the early. They increased it by 4 seconds, and you know, when they nerf the E and you are not able to use it as much as before, you have less damage per second output, you know, you are more likely to die. And yeah, from my point of view, this is a nerf. This is not a huge, but it is a little bit a nerf. I don't know if this was needed. I'm not a Lucian main, but when I play against him, I don't think that feels like he can use it every 2 seconds. Doesn't feel like that, so I don't know why. Well, Nautilus, pretty simple. His mana costs for this Q went down, and I like that, to be honest, because 100 mana, well, this is insane. This is, I mean, if you're a mid laner, okay, you got a lot of AP mana items and you can handle it. But as in support or in top laner or jungler, I don't know, it was a little bit too much. It is okay, but I don't think that this will bring him back. Well, let's get to Ladie. Her E were buffed. Healing, you know, the healing is pretty important, especially for the late game Ladie. And because of that, you are even better able to play your aggressive early playstyle with her. It's okay, I like that, because I don't see her that often, but to be honest, I like this champ. I like this jungler to see. Let's get to Ornn. You know, let me tell you something. Listen, I just played him one time. One fucking time. And it was in Howling Abyss. You know, the Aram. Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is a lot. You know what they did? They buffed him. I mean, watch this. Here's ultimate. The ultimate speed increased. Now the people can't dodge this, so they can't dodge as easy. They have it even more difficult right now. From my point of view, I played him just one time, and he was pretty fucking OP. He's crazy OP. Okay, his win rate is pretty low, but his tankiness and his whole build, his whole stack is crazy. You have so much potential with this champ, but the people still don't know how to play him or how to play against him. And of course they increase the new items, the Zonias. It's cool from my point of view. I liked it, but I'm not sure if the buff was really needed. I mean, watch this. His health growth stats increased, base health rate increased, health ring increased, attack speed, look at this, increased, everything increased. His W damage should be, length, well, no. Oh, his W damage went already. Yeah, the last patch his W damage were increased. This is crazy. And his old cooldown, you know, I played him and I felt like every time I came on the lane I could make every time I came to the fight I could use my ultimate, and now they lowered it even more. This is crazy. With 40 or 20% cooldown reduction, this is crazy. I still think he will get a nerf till people figure out how to play with him and how to make the right plays with him. I'm pretty sure they will nerf him because believe me, he's so tanky. Let's get to Rakan. I never played Rakan, to be honest, but his W, they let me say changed a little bit. His dash speed increased, but his movement speed after that, I guess after that you got a extra movement speed, so you are even better able to dash from one to other. So they increased the I don't know the normal dash speed, but I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. But his ultimate, about this I know. His collision detection radius, you know what it is. His like with Gragas, his dash, you have to be closer. You have to be close. And his cooldown of course went down, but it's okay. I guess this is okay. Well, Rankar, his base armor a little bit up. Okay. Okay. But Rise, this is interesting from my point of view. You know, his W, his AP ratio with his W just from 0.2 increased to 0.6 to 0.6, ladies and gentlemen. This is insane. I guess they want to see Faker with the Rise again, or me. I know you want to see my Rise. Yeah, I know. Not just joking, but this is insane. And you know, Rise, the more mana you got, the more AP you get. This is crazy. I don't know. But it's okay. Why not? I would like to see this champ even more. I like to see those old champs more. I like to see that. Well, and let's get to Tristana. Well, her E, the 80 scaling from her E just were nerfed. They lowered it, but from my point of view, it is okay and it is good because she is super popular and super famous as an ADC. The people love to play her at this meta right now, and we like to see all the champs, not only these crit champs like Saya, Tristana, Caitlyn, you know. We want to see some new champs, all the champs. We want to see different champs. So, and of course, some items were there. In this patch, the enchantment Cinderhawk were a little bit nerfed, the health went down, but because of that, indirectly the aggressive AP supporter were buffed. The Frostfang, you know, they just increased, they added a 10% cooldown reduction. I mean, why not? It is good. Maybe we are able to see some more aggressive AP support at the bot lane, some like Zara, Malzahar, or Karma, I mean, why not? But I hate AP supporter, to be honest. I like the tanks. I like this I like a good frontline supporter, you know, someone that have to stay in full engage. That's what we like. But AP supporter are always nice too. So let's get to Gargoyle Stoneplate. Well, let me make it short for you to easy understand it. They just switch some numbers and here and there, and they just let me say fixed it for how it's synergized with like a, let me say, Kled or something like that, you know. What we want from this to have this crazy tankiness, it's still there. It has the same function. Nothing changed about. Well, and Knightsvow, they made it even cheaper. Okay, so you get your utility even faster. So, why not? But the health went down. The health stats went down. So you just pay for the binding, you know, the binding with your ADCs, another one, and not for the stats. So well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the patch notes. If you want to see more like this, how about a subscribe and don't leave anything out. And as always, remember, ladies and gentlemen, dreams come true. So what should you do? Just believe in you.